Jehovah Witness. God's going forward. And he'll continue to go forward because that's our God, our Father. The Father that loves you and the Father that loves me and the Father that loves here from Palestine and back, God says. And here from Africa and back, Jehovah Witness, your God is sending miracle message. And I know you feel it through my voice, God said. It's the King voice, Jehovah Witness. It's the one chosen from San Angelo, Texas, from the fields of the Freedom Land, he calls them right now. Your Father is sending messages that he tells you there's a 3 idiots that are real and attacking each and one of us, and they're coming to your house next. If they're nearby or they think they could switch your kid to a killing machine or put them in prison as long as they're in there, that's what they live off, God said. You hear that, Jehovah Witness? This is real. Your Father doesn't like them because that's the way they are. They like to take the freedoms of our children of this generation and the generation, and they did it from the generation before us and the generation that's in heaven, God said. This is the word of God, Father, that loves you, and he'll continue to fight for your freedom to stop bullying because God doesn't like bullying and he's never accepted it. Your God is talking right now. Your Father is talking. You have to go out there and pass the word that it's together and not verses, God said. You got to pass the word it's together, not verses. Your God is speaking. If you think this message is weak, your Father gonna tell you it's from God and you are wrong. You're educated, God says. He understands it. But I'm your God and I work with any level of education, God said. And I choose the King to pass the miracle message because he understands me. I worked with him since age 0, God said. I worked with him since age 0, God said. He's this time and this year the King David. He's this time and this year the King Solomon. God said he's this time and this year the King Saddam Hussein that I made him in heaven. God said I put the crown in. I put the crown in him in heaven so he could pass it to my king. Right now I tell you it makes sense to God because you're not understanding the spiritual world. God said I wanted him a positive king, but I got Saddam Hussein early, but it's okay. I have miracle message that I pass on his behalf. The message is together, not verses, and that's what he agrees with. God said you're my son. But I tell you right now, this ain't about the king right now. It's about bullying that God sees the 3 dummy idiots working your children around the world to become missions. And you got to understand to tell the message to the world that God is in war with God's in the fight for your children as well. Your God speaks today on January 18, 2025, and he'll pass the message today and tomorrow because God continues to make sure that you're out there, Jehovah Witness. Continue passing the good word of God Almighty, the good word, God said. And you make sure you know that there's somebody taunting your kid with bullying and that the teacher should watch out, and we're all to watch each other, God said, and we're all to unite against bullying, God said, and educate ourselves and continue walking, God said. Your God sees it. I tell you, your God tells you this is gonna hurt, God said. This is gonna hurt, but I'm not here to embarrass your king. The 3 dummies are worked to hit your kids in the head, God said. They don't care. That's what they live off for. Your Father is sending messages, and I swear to God, your Father says I could say that it's true. I bring you back to that pastor in California, God said. What did she say? Let go of Satan, let go of our children, don't she? Why would she say that, God said? Why does she say that? Because my son, your king, didn't understand it, but now he understands it, that we're all Adam and Eve, and we could all be whispered at any time that they're around the corner at your house, at your church, God said. To bully your kid, it doesn't stop just in school, God said. It also starts in church to get them running out of there so they could be vicious and not be with no one and be alone, God said. It's real. It's real. God's adult children of the world. It's real. Your Father sends miracle message and I don't bluff. God said, because I win with telling the truth, God said.